Hello, I'm Danilo, and welcome to my very first YouTube video. Today I'm going to talk about my story and how I went from being a lonely agency owner, knowing nobody, basically, to having close relationships and friendships with some of the most successful entrepreneurs in the online space. And yeah, how I managed to do all of this, like from getting here to here in basically less than a year. Um, I'm going to start posting regularly on this YouTube channel now. And what you can expect is basically videos on how to build a network, connections, relationships, and events management and meeting other successful people in general as well. Yeah, today I'm going to share my story, some background information on me. I am Danilo, as I mentioned. I'm 21 years old now, and my whole journey started when I was 17. Like many of you guys who are watching this video now, I didn't really want to go the normal path, like going to uni. After that, working my whole life for somebody else. So while still going to high school, I started my first marketing agency where I helped restaurants. Yeah, help them with the social media, grow their social media channels in order to get more people in and fill their restaurants. And I did that for hotels as well. And while I started doing this, I also started my own podcast, and where I basically recorded my whole journey, where I talked about what I learned, what I did, and all of that stuff. So I'm used to talking into a mic and everything, but I just didn't really record myself yet. So yeah, but I expect to get better and better the more videos I record. Um, Back then, in I think it was like 2019, I bought my first course on social media marketing, how to build a successful agency, and I managed to get like my first clients, which were restaurants and hotels, and I really managed to get that to a nice level while I started or when I started. But then COVID came and I lost all of my clients basically because from one day to another, all like this whole hospitality sector got shut down in Germany, where I grew up and where I started my agency. And I had to start from zero again. And after that, I had some time to rethink my whole operation. I bought Iman's course, which was back then agency incubator, because I wanted to learn how to run Facebook ads. And yeah, what I then started doing was I started to focus on helping plastic surgeons um, to get more people, to get more clients, and did this via social media marketing and via running Facebook ads. And I did this, focused on this for the next 2 years. During like this whole period of COVID in Germany, I didn't really travel much. I was at home mainly and working on my business, working on my agency. And what happened during that time was as I scaled, as I worked a lot, I didn't focus on my like on my social life at all. Like I had my strict monk mode routine where I would go to sleep by like 9:30, 10 p.m. and wake up at 5:30 a.m. So there wasn't really any room for social interactions in the evenings. But that's when usually most of like friends meetups, whatever happens. So I really had this period of 6 months, almost a year, where I didn't really meet people in person at all, except like sometimes. But yeah, I worked on my agency and I basically lost all of my connections. I lost the majority of my friends because I just told them, no, sorry guys, I can't make it today. I can't really come to whatever they planned. And yeah, like entrepreneurship and work on my agency was really my focus there. And I then joined like my first local networking group in Germany because I understood that you can achieve more in business or like in whatever niche or field you're in when you have a strong network of people. But back in the day with COVID, it was quite hard. But as soon as like the doors were open for this again to meet up in real life, I started to go to those yeah, entrepreneurship and like entrepreneur in person meetups. And that's when I then like started to know more entrepreneurs, getting to know more entrepreneurs in the like normal brick and mortar service provider niche and expanded my network there, offline, let's say, not online yet. So this was maybe 2022, yeah, beginning of 2022. So I already started like going out there and meeting some people. After that, during that period, Iman also started advertising GCC, the Gens Croquet Club, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity because like I followed him for 3 4 years, and as soon as he like launched it or said, hey, there will be an NFT project or like this network, I knew I was going to join, because whatever product he announced or released, I just bought it. And then I joined the community pre-mint, and I started yeah, talking to people, really connecting. And as soon as like the community officially launched, um I wanted to like take the initiative and really start to meet people in person, because I didn't really do that for the past 2 to 3 years. And it was the perfect chance to really meet like-minded entrepreneurs my age as well. Because before that, I went to those in-person meetups with entrepreneurs, but those were for like um, people who were like at least 10, 20, 30 years older than me. So I was always the youngest there. And with like GCC, the online network, it was perfect. I had guys my age I could really connect with. And I then started to build like or create this first group, which was Jensen Germany, I guess. So I then, yeah, attended meetups or like organized dinners with gents who were in Germany with me. And this was amazing because I started meeting all of those guys in person, and it really changed my whole mind and how I viewed all of this. And like I saw how powerful it is when you spend also time in person with people who are like-minded, have the same goals, have the same views on everything what you do, right? So you basically connect very easily with everyone you meet there. And so I started meeting people in person, and I also started jumping on many connection calls, like just talk to the people in the group and say, hey man, even though you're, I don't know, on the other side of the world, do you want to call and talk about business? And everybody was really open to do that, which is great. So I, yeah, then started talking to people who are also um, all around the world, basically chat about business, chat about everything. And with this, it like I slowly started to build a very strong yeah, started to build a network and like build some sort of connection with some guys in this whole online space who are also very successful. And within the next YouTube videos, I'm really going to get into like deeply into how everything happened, how I did some stuff. But in order for this not to be too long, I will just like go along the story, and everything I learned along the journey I will share in other YouTube videos. Um, I also then, as I travel, for example, to Serbia, because that's where my parents are from, that's where I also spend a lot of time. I then also started meeting gents in this country, or basically everywhere I traveled, I started meeting other people. And then one friend I met in Germany asked me, "Hey man, do we want to organize a monk mode trip to south of Spain, or like to Marbella, basically? Like, do we want to go in the monk mode?" And then we agreed that we wanted to ask people from GCC, from the network as well. And what happened was that we announced the trip. We said, hey guys, we're going to Marbella for a whole month of monk mode. Who wants to come with us? And then we had over 30 people reach out to us who we jumped on calls with and who we talked to, which also gave us a lot of exposure because it was announced in the main channel and everybody knew, okay, we were organizing this trip to Marbella, where 8 gents ended up going. We had a huge villa. We had a full-time private chef who cooked for us every day. We had a videographer. We had everything. It was basically perfect. And yeah, that's when many people started talking about this. And that's when I also then started other networks, because I realized how powerful being just in this one is. So how powerful must it be if I even meet like other people, especially because it was new for me as well, like living with guys I didn't really know, or I basically didn't know at all except for jumping on 2 calls. So we were in Marbella, and it was and it was really great. It was an awesome month. I made friendships which will definitely last a lifetime. And during this period, during this month, I focused on I still focused on my agency or during this whole period, but it wasn't really my focus anymore because I started more to connect with other guys and really talk to other people. And right after the Marbella event, we went to London for a huge GCC meetup where like between 30 and 40 people were. And what happened there was that then many guys came up to me and said, "Hey man, like we saw what you did in Marbella. The trip looked amazing. We've seen it on Instagram. We follow you guys. When is the next one?" And I didn't really have a next one in mind, so it wasn't really planned. But then I was talking to some people because I saw the demand is there, and yeah, I then just decided that I want to organize the next trip, which was like the location was in Cape Town, and this trip or this event really changed everything. It was end of January 2023, so like 5 months ago, and it was the same concept basically. Just it was not much of a monk mode, but it was just um, this huge networking event basically because Cape Town in January apparently is a hotspot for online entrepreneurs because the weather is great. You can't go to like you shouldn't be in Europe around that time because like the weather is very bad. And what happened that I started talking to many people regarding this event, and I wanted to many cool people to come. And what happened was that all the people I knew where I knew, okay, they can't come to the trip because of whatever. I started asking them, hey, do you know somebody who might be interested in joining us, who saw it before on Instagram or wherever? Um, and I then got connected to many different guys also who were not in the networks I were part of at that time. So my whole network, all the people I knew, like exceeded from just GCC or like other two networks I'm part of. I then got connected to many other different guys who are not part of these networks, but also super successful entrepreneurs. Because if you look at it, I was not the only one who had the issue of not meeting other entrepreneurs in person during COVID. Every other successful online entrepreneur basically had the same problem. So what happened here naturally, I didn't really plan it, was I solved a huge problem for many online entrepreneurs, which was being meeting like-minded people and like not knowing how to meet them, where to meet them, but also spend quality time with. Because jumping on one call is cool, but really talking to guys in person, not just for one dinner, but basically living together for 10, 14 days is so powerful. And I just did this naturally. Um, I just went basically and talked to so many guys because when you hear something like that, obviously it's interesting for almost everyone in that space because not many people have really done it, or obviously they are, but yes, the market is still super huge for this. And then we went to Cape Town. The event was great. At the same time, there was a huge Gents Croquet Club Inner Circle event, which was amazing because those two events basically happened at the same time. And as we had one of the biggest, if not the biggest, villas you can rent in Cape Town, we rented it, and then we organized like many parties, get together, events, stuff like that. Were also so many online entrepreneurs who were not in GCC or in another network, but just knew someone, just came in. And what happened, I accelerated my network so much because I had those like events, parties, whatever, in my like at my house. And that's how I met so many different people, so many different guys. And this then really changed my life because I was there in Cape Town and a lot happened, like activities, trips, every single day. I couldn't really focus on working, and like I couldn't really focus on my agency at all because I was on a sales call, and then I hear something happening around the villa, around the house all the time. And mentally, you're not like there where you have to be, like you're not present at the call. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to cancel all my calls, like everything I have on the agency side. And I'm just going to make the most out of the trip, because every single event I couldn't attend because I had to work meant one maybe super huge opportunity missed, one super cool connection, whatever. So I canceled everything I had. I just focused on networking, meeting as many guys as possible, hosting events at our house, or doing amazing activities. Um, and yeah, after that, or like during the trip, I talked to guys and I basically didn't know what to do, because I ran my agency and I wasn't really fulfilled doing it, because at this point I ran it for like 3.5 years already. And I felt that like hosting those events, bringing entrepreneurs together, was way more fun, number one, and way more fulfilling. And I was serving a greater cause, basically, because I wasn't just helping plastic surgeons to get more clients, to get more like boob jobs or whatever. I was really helping entrepreneurs, or people like me, meeting other guys in person, like really forming friendships. And from the trips I organized so far, I have the majority of the guys who I talk to on a regular basis. Some of them I talk to every day. They will stay friends till the rest of my life. And that's when I talk to the other guys on the trip, and when I decided, okay, I'm going to drop the agency and focus full time on an events business, where the focus is to bring like-minded and great entrepreneurs together, and yeah, form great experiences or organize amazing events where all of them can connect, all of them can meet new people, meet amazing guys, and really form friendships that will also last a lifetime. And all of this, from going to zero, to literally knowing nobody, from this to knowing so many people, having so many cool friends in the entrepreneurship, knowing people who make multiple millions per month, even. All of this happened in less than 12 months, like maybe let's say 8, 9. And that showed me that so much is basically possible if you do it the right way. And I wasn't that like intentional about it. I just did it as I went. And on my YouTube channel, I just want to share everything I learned. Obviously, when I recap, when I look at the events, when I look at what I did, when I look at chats, when I look at conversations, and I analyze, then I see, okay, there are patterns. There were things I did that worked really well, that really helped me sustain long lasting relationships, even with people who are levels above me. As I said, I know guys who make between 7 and 9 figures per year now. And this just showed me, okay, it's possible. If it was possible for me, it is possible for everyone. And if you want to know more about, okay, how do I build a network with really high achievers? How do I not just like get them on one call maybe, but how do they really, like, how do I make friendships? How do I meet long lasting friends? How do I organize cool events? If all of those topics are interesting for you, you're more than welcome to subscribe to this channel, to like this video. I know it was not like that much value in here now, but I just wanted to share my story quickly. And you can also be sure that like the quality of the YouTube videos is also just going to increase, because I'm not going to cut this or edit this or whatever. I just talk and then I'll just upload it. But in the future, if I see, okay, more and more guys are really liking this content, I will then also put much more effort into it to make it even better. But yeah, this is the end of the video now. To give like a small recap, I talked about my whole journey, how I went from knowing nobody to knowing people who are so much smarter in in any single field, who are so much more successful, but they're my friends now. And yeah, I'm going to talk about this way more open on this whole channel. And please subscribe, like, and thanks for watching this video. Bye bye.